Hang on real quick. Did you just get off of a flight from Miami?
We're doing it the rest of the episode. Let's go.
He's got a little bit of a stash going.
Like
playoff
stash.
You literally look like you are hiding from a bookie. Like, do you owe someone money? Like someone's coming after your kneecaps?
Price Picks is coming after his kneecaps.
What are we doing?
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Diamond Podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. Brian, LaLima, ApolloDez, Josh Strohs here with you. Follow us on Twitter at LaLima790, at ApolloDez1, and at Josh Strohs1, and of course, at ApolloHOU. Game 2 is in the books. The Houston Astros are 1 win away from their 6th straight ALCS appearance. They beat the Mariners yesterday afternoon, 4-2. Kyle Tucker hits a bomb. Yordan Alvarez hits an Oppo Taco. Bregman with a clutch late inning RBI after Yordan Alvarez gets the Barry Bonds treatment and is intentionally walked. Dez, Josh, how we feeling after a Game 2 victory? Here we go. A lot of energy here, boys.
Woo! Feels good. 2-0. Got to win 1. That's the name of the game. So I think, honestly, the team hasn't really looked fully functional battleship, right? Because both starters, I mean, Framber obviously went, I think, officially 5 2/3. If you look at his stat line, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. It's a good line. But if you watch the game, he got in some trouble late, and somehow, some way, the Astros are up 2-0, and you got to feel like the Mariners are just like, wow, we wasted 2 opportunities to be up 2-0 or have the series 1-1 because Luis Castillo pitched his freaking tail off.
Yeah.
That guy gave you a chance, and with the ace on the mound, you had a chance in Houston to split it and go back to Seattle, and they didn't execute. And I put in the blog, execution is the name of the game in October, and they just didn't do it. And that doesn't take away from the guys offensively stringing at-bats, grinding at-bats, the Yordan. Jeremy Pena, welcome to the show. Welcome to October, son, because that's been pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Jeremy. And then obviously Breggs and Tuck and all that. But, 2-0. Great feeling. We're up. If it was the other way around, I'd still feel like our chances were good. But that must have been a pretty damn good flight for the boys.
Yeah, Luis Castillo is that guy. I mean, we talked about it, a couple of times, leading up to the game that we thought this game was going to be a low-scoring affair. You're going to have to try to get runs on him early, which, obviously Kyle Tucker with the bomb to, what was that, in the second inning? A moon shot, and he talked about in the post-game media that, he was trying to get the foot down, look for the fastball, and he ends up hitting a hanging slider out to right field. But, man, Luis Castillo, let's just talk about him real quick. He is as advertised. It was a hell of a move to go trade for him by Seattle, and it was an even better move to lock him up through 2027 with a 5-year extension. That guy is going to be so damn good for them down the stretch in the AL West. But look, the Astros do what the Astros do. They grind out at-bats. They have timely hitting. And look, it's all back. It all goes back to the October experience. Huge at-bats for certain players throughout, 1 through 9. 7, 8, 9 in the lineup is like 2 for 14, I think, 2 for 15 so far. Altuve still without a hit, but look, man, this lineup and this club that has so much experience in October is really doing what they're supposed to do. And we saw it against a stud in Luis Castillo. And again, there were certain plays throughout that game that you thought, okay, like these are the little plays that are gonna win the ball game. The 2 backhanded plays by Altuve, that's one part of those plays, and then the scoop by Yuli Gurriel on both of those. Yordan with really good defense again. He's not just a DH like a lot of people want to label him as. Jeremy Pena, how many ground balls did he field from Framber Valdez in the first 4 innings?
Yeah,
making the routine plays is one thing, but ground ball after ground ball. And then where I thought it might get a little chaotic, was when there was a chopper to Framber, comes off the mound, tries to whip it to home, but then there was a play inside of.
I love that.
Yeah, I did too.
I was okay.
Yeah,
I was okay.
Yeah,
right. But I thought, at that point that things might go a little haywire. But a play within the play is Martin Maldonado launching it over to second. You get him in a rundown. You keep the guy from scoring, and you get it out.
Too.
Well, I think the big thing, and I have no idea how. I think Haniger was the runner that was on third.
Yeah,
on that.
Yeah.
When Santana takes the big banana route, we backdoor him, right? And Altuve took like 50 feet to run him down.
Yeah.
Like 50 of the 90 feet. As soon as Altuve put his head down, I was like, oh boy, Haniger should have put his head down and took it off and made Altuve stop and make a throw across his body. And the Mariners didn't. So we got that quick out. Obviously, the next guy did the job.
Right,
and got him in. But I was okay with the Framber throw. It was a do or die play. The throw kind of just took him off the line. But I don't know. That's just baseball.
Yeah.
I think who was a Gratterall? I think Carlos said it on the TBS post game stuff that Gratterall did it the night before. He wanted to make a play, but I was okay with it. But like you said, the play within the play was huge. But I think the frustrating thing is early on it was curveball the first time through the lineup, and it was on. And I was like, I was sitting on the couch. I was like, anyone with the baseball brain right now knows that the second time through the lineup, they're either sitting on this curveball, they're spitting on it, and they did. And for some reason, we went back to it over and over and over again. They were just spitting on it. I think in the fourth inning, I think Cozy put the tweet out. It was either the fourth or fifth inning that Framber had like 17 curveballs I think it was the fourth inning. And so I was like, okay, this is the second time through and we're going back to that. I would have liked seeing the cutter being more of a wrinkle in it. But the stat line looks better than what it was. Obviously, Neris was nails coming in. Abreu once again holding. Montero going to inning a third and then press, right? So the bullpen just has been absolute nails. The walks were the bugaboo game, and you have to think, if I'm a Mariners fan sitting down 0-2, that if you would have told them you would chase out the Cy Young in 4, you would make the Astros make 7 walks in game 2, and Jose Altuve would be 0 for 8, would you take that? I would think 99% of them would say yes.
Oh, yeah.
But the results are they're 0-2 with all that going on. And that just talks about Astros, the Pena, Alvarez, Bregman, Tucker, Gurriel, even like obviously small sample size, but all their OPS is over 900 right now.
Right.
So they're just getting the job done offensively, and they're getting it to the next guy. They're grinding at bats. And I mean, when the big guy can take a 98 two-seam wiffle ball that is a foot off the plate, basically, right? And flip it 337.
Yeah.
Baseball's fun.
Yeah, man. I speaking of wiffle ball, what's up on wiffle ball?
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, dude, what a douchebag.
Weird. That was such a weirdo behavior.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, BR Bleacher Report pregame for game 1 brought one of their wiffle ball, and we'll put the tweet down in the comments, but one of their top number 1 pitchers in their men's wiffle ball league in the United States.
That's so sick, dude.
I was there. I was challenged.
That's so sick. Imagine being the number 1 ranked wiffle ball pitcher. Who gives a
wiffle ball?
Who gives a
wiffle ball tattoo on his calf?
Who fucking cares? Cool, bro.
But the thing was this. I was there. Bleacher Report was like, "Oh, everyone just come up and face this pitcher," and it was very friendly.
Yeah,
and the people were friendly that we're talking to. I think I was the second guy that faced him. Had a couple great takes, fouled one off.
Yeah.
You know, really good at bats. But other than that, he was dicing and carving people up because
quality at bats. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was very, very quality, high quality at bats.
Yeah, good.
But he was dicing everyone up, and everyone's drinking pregame. We're all having a good time. And then they put this edit together. Kid's a Yankee fan, and he's trashing Astro fans with a mic. And it's just the most ridiculous edit. And then so we had to respond. But yeah, what the fuck were those guys thinking?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there for that, obviously, but I mean, I saw the video of you trying to hit and the other people trying to hit. And look, I mean, we've all grown up playing wiffle ball, but the level that wiffle ball is at these days is like an elite level, if you will, for fucking wiffle ball. Yeah, I mean, that's great. You know, that's great. But to come to Houston to do all this shit, and then you're cool while you're filming it.
Small business establishment,
right?
Like
you're cool while you're filming it. And you're shooting the shit with the boys, knocking down a couple of brewskis. You're dicing dudes up as you should if you're the number one ranked or number whatever. Who fucking cares? If you're that top wiffle ball pitcher, what's with the edit? Like, what's with the bullshit? Like, I don't.
Yeah. It's like walking in. It's like a pro bowler walking into like a bowling alley, like challenging drunk dudes. Like, haha, I fucking beat them. It's like, you should have.
You should.
It'd been weird if you didn't.
You should. It's like yesterday before game 2. You know, myself, Josh, and Garrett, we were walking around interviewing Mariners fans, and I went into that fully trying to be somewhat of a smartass to people, and every single Mariners fan that I interviewed was so fucking cool, so nice, so genuine. And like they had nothing but good things to say about the crowd in Houston. And then, you know, that's like us doing that. And then we throw in a couple of edits where I'm just trashing the Mariners.
Yeah.
Like it makes no sense. All for the clout, baby. Chase that clout with your fucking stupid ass wiffle ball tattoo.
Hey, speaking of clout, our boy Tuck.
Yeah.
Who we talked to in the offseason. We said, hey, this is your year. We're gonna be your guy. You got the style up. Yep. We knew the year. Yeah. But you know how cool it is to hit a home run to the King Tuck's court they got going out in right field. Everyone's wearing the crowns.
Yeah.
To hit one into there. Obviously he's lefties. It's gonna be, you know, excuse me, he's batting lefty, pulling it right side. It's gonna happen more times than not. But do that in the playoffs, kind of fucking cool. Yeah. And he also like 7.5 seconds of hang time on the home run off Luis Castillo.
Scrape the roof.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that was really cool. You know, one of my favorite, and you guys could talk, and we'll let you guys run because you guys were there, boots on the ground for game 2. But one of my favorite at bats, and I just think it speaks volumes of how this team prepares, is David Hensley coming off the bench cold.
Yep.
And grinding. He strikes out. I think he strikes out.
No, he grounded out. He grounded out. Grounded out.
So grinds out like a 6-7 pitch at bat, cold off the bench against Castillo to eventually get him knocked out of the game. Because it was kind of that fringe, like he's at 92, 93 pitches.
If he would have gone him in 1 or 2 pitches, he might have come back.
Maybe comes out the next inning. Right. No, he grinds a 7 pitch at pitch counts over 100 now. We're in the bullpen.
Yeah.
That is in the box score, it's an 0 for 1. But in my mind, I was like, that's a huge, huge, huge at bat.
That's his second at bat of the ALDS, and it's his second at least 8 pitch at bat. The first one was obviously he worked a 3-2 hit by pitch. It was going to be a ball and away for a walk, right? In ALDS game number 1. And then he comes off the bench again and works another good at bat. And you just see like the moxie of this kid. Like he's cool as the other side of the pillow, to quote the great Stuart Scott. Like it doesn't seem like the moment is too big for him. And that goes right into how Jeremy Pena has been playing. Everyone talked about, well, how's Jeremy Pena? Oh, this is where the Astros are going to miss Carlos Correa. And Jeremy Pena hasn't missed a beat. Like he's made really good in-game adjustments throughout the course of 2 games. And then with on the flip side of that, with David Hensley, I don't know if you ever pinch hit in college, Dez. I did a few times, and it is late in games. It is one of the hardest things to do.
It's the hardest.
It's the hardest thing to do.
This.
Yeah.
Everything sucks. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
I couldn't imagine doing it.
Pitch at bat.
I
7 pitches.
How many?
7.
Yeah, 7. So an 8 pitch at bat and then a 7 pitch at bat. I couldn't imagine being a rookie and coming off the bench to pitch hit in the playoffs as like your first playoff experience. Like that is insane. And what he's done, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction for him. He'll be an everyday player for the Astros next year. I know it's way too early prediction, but I think he'll be an everyday guy.
Yeah, he's your new Diaz. He's going to be your Swiss Army knife. And he's also taller than you, dude.
He's a large human being.
Everyone that's tuning in, Brian LaLima of 790 was on the field, press passes, Big cheese, Brian LaLima, and David Hensley. Even the main account for 790 Sports Talk Radio 790
It's Sports Talk
posted.
790.
All right, that's what I said.
Well,
posted.
Sports Radio
I'm
is
not an
up.
employee. I can say
Yeah,
what I thought it was.
Yeah.
It's
but
all right.
You can't.
Anyways,
competitor.
even the main account.
Did you just get off? Hold on,
dude. What are we doing here?
Did you just?
What are we doing?
Did you?
What are we doing? Grow some inches. David Hensley towered over you. That's what we were talking.
Did. He's a large human being.
Speaking of rookies, I was looking through it. Jeremy Pena, back to Jeremy Pena. I looked through all the at bats. He came up so far in these first 2 games. He has come up to bat with 2 outs 3 times. He has 2 hits and a walk, 3 for 3, or 2 for 2 with a walk. Every time he's come up with 2 outs, he's extended the inning.
Hang on real quick. Did you just get off of a flight from Miami?
We're doing it the rest of the episode. Let's go.
You got the Jerry curl in the front. You got the, what are those called? But not the floral, the Hawaiian shirt.
Respect the flamingo.
He's got a little bit of a stash going.
Like
playoff
stash.
You literally look like you are hiding from a bookie. Like, do you owe someone money? Like someone's coming after your kneecaps?
Price Picks is coming after his kneecaps.
What are we doing here?
All right, let's look forward to game 3. We got McCullers going versus George Kirby.
Yeah, I mean, there's no better person.
Yeah,
there's no better person to have it. Lance McCullers Jr. on the mound in front of a Rockets crowd.
Who thrives more in a hostile environment than Lance McCullers?
Lance McCullers Jr.
I don't know. Hey, Josh, the last time Dez and I were in studio a couple of days ago, you were talking a lot about George Kirby. Can you break it down for us?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up his stats now.
While you pull it up, I had one thing to finish up on game 2. Alex Bregman. Alex fucking Bregman.
Yeah.
Respect him.
I mean, is there any other player that you want coming up after an intentional walk in front of you? And I get it. That was the service stepping up there, doing that and pointing. Yeah. He knew what was going to happen next. He knew if it was damned if you do, damned if you don't. You pitch a yard on there, he's gonna knock him in. If you intentionally walk him, Bregman's going to do it. But there's no other person in the world that I know that would feed off that as being like the most disrespectful thing.
Yeah.
And it was 103 on the black. And he said, "Hey, here's my barrel. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm just let the bat do the job. He's generating the power. It's 103 miles an hour. I'm just gonna take this round bat with a round ball and square it up. Insurance in the 9th.
Yeah,
which was huge because Presley wasn't sharp.
No,
Press dog wasn't press dog. But hey, he hadn't pitched in about 10 days. It's fine. It's all right. We got it. Hit a little snapdragon at the end that had the RPMs up. But that when you get insurance in the bottom of the 8th to help you in the 9th, 27 outs are hard.
Yeah,
they're hard in October. But you know what? It's a little bit easier when you get the next little extra Sunday in the 8th.
Yeah.
So RBI stake, Alex Bregman. That was big dog shit.
Yeah. Speaking of Ryan Presley, he talked about it in the clubhouse after the game, how he said he felt like shit. And it was because of the layoff. Like Hector Neris, same thing. He hasn't pitched in 8 days or whatever it was. And he comes in, gets his job done.
First postseason appearance.
Yeah. Ryan Presley. I mean, it wasn't pretty. And you got helped out by a line drive hit to Yuli Gurriel, who stabs it, steps on first for the double play. Playoff games are a game of inches, and there was more example of it. I think one of the biggest takeaways for me when I was in the clubhouse last night after the game was how businesslike this team was.
Where were you last night?
I was in the clubhouse.
Sorry. Okay.
It
was bad feedback. You're in the clubhouse.
I was in the clubhouse, and what I do in there is I gather information for, this podcast is essentially.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
It was.
Oh, it was?
I couldn't hear you. Yeah.
I can't hear you over that flamingo shirt. Maybe can you make it not as loud, or maybe just take the sunglasses?
Maybe I'm peacocking. It's October.
Do you have gel in your hair right now?
No.
Okay.
Great curls, bro. This is natural.
Nice.
Lance McCullers Jr.
Hold on, dude. Whoa. Dude, producer Josh. Hey,
bro.
I was just segueing.
No. Hold on. Let me get my takeaway.
I did want to know what they said in the clubhouse.
Yeah. So the biggest thing was like how business like it was. There wasn't a lot of celebration. Not saying there would be, but I'm just saying they were literally packing their shit up, talking to the media, and they were out the building. Like there was no, like, it was just like, it's like what Kobe used to say, Kobe Bryant, RIP Mamba, job's not finished.
Job's not finished.
Job's not finished. Drop that right there, Josh.
We need 9 more.
Yeah.
We need 9 more.
And then another thing is a few of them, Stanek, Bregman, Pena, Tucker, all made mentions of the underrated speed of Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
The underrated speed of Yordan Alvarez.
I mean, he made multiple
point.
plays in left field with his arm and with his glove that I don't know who else makes those plays. Like, do we think Brantley gets there to those balls?
I mean, I think just the biggest thing for Yordan Alvarez is everyone just labels him as a DH, and what he's done in games 1 and 2, like he's shown that he's an above average outfielder, and people will try to say that he's not. I mean, we've seen it. Now, again, it's at Minute Maid Park. Can he go and do that at T-Mobile Park? If he does, then my man is even I mean, my man is more elite than 98% of the people in Major League Baseball right now. I mean, he's arguably the greatest hitter or the best hitter this year. What do we got?
Judge just struck out again.
That's 7 strikeouts. He's got
choking under the
get him the golden sombrero for the day today.
That is the sombrero.
7 strikeouts, dude. He had 3 in the first game and then 4 today.
My MVP son's not doing that. He's putting up 7 RBIs in 2 games with 2 bombs. Like, look.
Do you have shared custody with Yuli Gurriel?
Yeah, we're co-parenting.
Nice.
It's a big thing in 2022. Me and Yuli Gurriel are co-parenting Yordan Alvarez. It's been a friendly Twitter exchange over the last 48 hours. Yuli has 30 tweets and 3 of them to me. So
let's keep that up. Yeah, let's keep that up for Saturday for Game 3. All right, Josh, producer Josh.
All right, here we go.
Got Lance McCullers.
Lance McCullers. His career at T-Mobile Park, he's thrown 50 innings, 50.2, and he has a 2.66 ERA at T-Mobile Park. Overall, against the Seattle Mariners, he has thrown 103 innings and has a 2.80 ERA in his career.
Could you imagine going to T-Mobile Park for Game 3 and seeing a thank you parade? That's a legit thing. I didn't know, and thank you for those stats, Josh. I don't mean to segue into something else real quick, but I didn't know that Mariner fans were that delusional.
Look, I know I'm gonna get heat, and that tweet's gonna pop back up, and I'm just gonna get out in front, reverse jinx, all that. But when I talked about Seattle and how good this team is, they have played the Astros hard. They're a good team.
Oh yeah, without Yordan, this could be a whole different series.
Yeah. So I just don't want people to misconstrue like me saying Seattle is a good team and not backing that fan base. How can you ask for an ALDS parade? Like the wherewithal on the internet is.
And some of them are acting like the reason why they want to do this because they don't know if they'll make it back next year, which you don't ever know. But like with the new playoff format, and with this young Seattle Mariners team, they'll be right back in
here.
Sure.
You
don't need to just wait.
It's not like
it'll
be another 21 years.
Yeah.
Let me read this just real quick. It was on Reddit. Regardless of how deep we go in the playoffs, this team deserves a thank you parade. I'm old enough to remember the glory days when the Mariners were competitive every year and had some unbelievably amazing stretches. The past 21 years have been absolutely horrendous, but now we have a great group that has really come together and enough young, talented guys to likely continue to deliver fun and exciting baseball in our city for years to come. They put an amazing regular season together and end of the postseason drought, and they are showing that they now belong up there with the best teams this season. You got to love these guys. Hashtag good vibes only. Hashtag see us rise. I'll tell you what, boys. Could you imagine?
I'm about to take the flamingos and the shades and go get me on a parade float in Seattle, baby.
Could you imagine getting on a float for a thank you parade for the Houston Astros in the last 5 years? We'd have a fucking parade every damn month or every week in October.
And we have more reason to.
You know what kind of the cool thing is? That collectively as a city and fan base, we have 1 month out of the year where it's just kind of like international waters where everyone's just like, I'm just going to drink and eat like shit.
It's just like
party
a party month.
and like maybe work. Like collectively as a like fan base and city, like the month of October is just like, all right, like this month right here. Just,
it's all play it by ear.
Yeah. It's all, and that's so cool. Like I never would envision growing up like that would be our young adult lives. Like this is obviously the goal.
I kind of wish I was in school at this
yeah,
time,
these
right?
kids have no idea. These kids haven't gone through shit. They haven't seen shit. All they've seen is a foul pole. That's all they've seen.
Think back 10 years ago, 2012, the season of 2012, how bad the Astros were. 10 years ago, and now think about where we are now as fans. Like we are spoiled.
Hey.
We have embarrassment of riches, and we
have Lance McCullers Jr., your ace from last year, throwing game 3.
Yeah,
that's how fucking deep this team is.
Yeah, I mean, kids don't know.
Kidding me?
The kids these days don't know the struggle. They don't know like what it was like
They didn't see Dan Maselli versus Jim Edmonds. They didn't see that shit. They didn't live that shit.
They didn't see Brett Wallace hitting 3-hole playing first base.
Shout out Brett Wallace. That was such a ricochet shot. Brett, if you're listening, I'm sorry. That was so mean by Brian.
No, stop
ricochet.
It. Stop it.
It was a great 3-hole.
Lefty swing of beauty.
Lance on the mound.
What do y'all see happening?
They were 55 and 107 in 2012.
Now we're just guys being dudes, being dogs in October.
Dogs. Dog of the game.
Dog of the game.
Jason Castro, Carlos.
Jason Castro's your dog of the game?
Jose Altuve, Jed Lowry, Chris Johnson, JD Martinez, Jordan Schaefer, and Brian Bogusevic. Justin Maxwell, Brett Wallace. Brett Wallace only had 254 plate appearances. He only played in 66 games.
Hey, I saw Chris Johnson at spring training 2011, and I thought he was the next Chipper Jones. Just want to say that.
Oh yeah, I thought he was. Yeah, we were being sold a bag of goods that was.
Wandy Rodriguez. Right. You want me to keep going? Hey, Lucas Harrell was 11 and 11.
Hey, Wandy was a fucking. If we had Wandy right now, we'd be.
Wandy's Nestor reincarnated.
Wandy was 7 and 9 that season. Lucas Harrell 11 and 11. Bud Norris 7 and 13. Jordan Lyles 5 and 12.
All right, dog of game 1. Did we do dog of game 1? My vote is Jordan.
My vote's Pena
for game 1.
Oh, game 1. Sorry. Game 1. Game 1's Jordan, obviously.
Yeah. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian? So just speaking of dog of the week, it's being noticed. Okay.
Locker room knows.
Yeah. They know. The clubhouse knows. They know. Yeah, it's got to be Jordan Alvarez, dog of game number 1.
Dog. Game 1. All right. Game 2.
Game 2.
Let's just. We'll start with producer Josh.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Dog of game 2 for me is Jeremy Pena. He scored 2 of the runs, getting on with 2 outs, and that's the only way we scored those runs.
Okay. Garrett, who do you think? Who's your vote?
Prescott.
Wow.
Oh. Hasn't pitched in a while. Came in, had crazy spin rate, shut down the game for us. On to game 3.
Okay.
Collective. So I don't know. We're just on the fly. Are we just gonna all say ours and then vote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Jeremy Pena.
Well. Yeah.
Two for 3, 2 runs, a walk, excellent defense.
Yep.
The ghost of Carlos Correa is looming, walking the shadows of Minute Maid Park, and he's just like, fuck them ghosts.
My dog of game number 2 will also be Jeremy Pena. So dog of game number 1, Jordan Alvarez. Dog of game number 2, Jeremy Pena.
Congratulations.
That's it.
Jordan and Jeremy We will send you the award.
Yeah. Do we have the trophy? You got the trophy right there with
Where is
you?
the trophy? We have the trophy.
Yeah, it's
We have the trophy.
we can. Well, look,
we need to put a dog collar on it.
We've.
I got to.
Oh. Well, there goes the trophy. We will get a new trophy.
And
Pick it up.
We will get a new trophy made.
We'll send you a better one.
We will send you your.
Since there was 2 dogs, we made
split it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a custom.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
boys, it's a custom trophy. It's supposed to look like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we will send you your gift card to your favorite coffee spot. There's 743 left on the card. You and your Don Jeremy can split it.
Yeah.
I can't do drinks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like
Right. Dog
or
dogs.
Yeah, those are our dogs of game 1 and 2. Game 3, Saturday afternoon, 3:07 first pitch. Lance McCullers versus Garrett Gilbert. George Gilbert. What's his name?
George
Gilbert
Kirby.
Grapes. It was Gilbert Grapes.
Yeah, it's what's eating Gilbert Grapes?
Who?
It's George
It's a
Kirby.
Garrett Gilbert played quarterback. What the fuck am I thinking?
Yeah, what are you doing, bro?
Dude, it's been a long week, man. I've been at the JUCIEBOX all week, running on a couple hours of sleep every night.
Literally one day.
What are you talking
I
about?
was there for one game.
No, I was there for both games.
All right.
George Kirby starting game 3.
George Kirby. Not even
we'll
close.
be at Buffalo Brewery.
Yes.
Yeah.
The address I don't know off the top of my head.
Google it.
Pulling up right now.
Yeah.
3
Mhm.
game, bucket of beer specials. All the guys will be there, hanging out, watch the game.
Yeah.
Come through.
Yep. And we will
the
have
address is 2101 Summer Street.
Yeah, we'll put that in the comments below.
Okay. And then also stay tuned to ApolloHOU.com for Dez's custom Hawaiian shirt. We're going to have that line dropping. It'll be right here in the comments.
I'm gonna fuck around and
It
wear
will not.
this. I'm gonna fuck around and wear this to every game now. Not wearing any H-Town versus everyone. I'm wearing this.
No, you're not. How much do you owe your bookie? Like, that's what I want to
Oh,
know.
nothing. Nothing, dude. I only have winners.
All right, the Oscar music's playing.
All right.
Oh, are we off? We leaving?
Peace.
Stage left.
Stage left.
Stage
Exit
left.
stage left.
That's going to do it. Hey, Josh, you want to take us out of here again? You did such a good job.
That's going to do it for the Apollo Podcast Network, Beyond the Dime.
All right, that's going to do it for another edition of Beyond the Diamond podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. For Josh Strohs, for ApolloDez, I am Brian LaLima. Peace.
Peace.
That's why
Love
he's
you guys.
that's why he's the pro.